Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and sub if you're serious about the digital asset space, and let's get right into the information today. One take and uncut. This video in particular is a must-see, so be sure to hit the like button and stick around for the whole thing. I may be stuttering, but we're doing one take, uncut as always, and I'm on day 4 of my fast. So right here, guys, Julia Chatterley, of course, the interviewer on CNN, has had Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of MoneyGram, Alex Holmes on, several, financial people as well, discussing a lot of things. And as we've been saying on this channel for a long time, Greg Manarino, a lot of people in this space have been saying this. We think that the true price of oil is $25, $27 or in the 30s at least, and then gold easily is one of these suppressed assets or precious metals along with cryptocurrencies. Gold belongs to be, is definitely going to reach that 2K point. If you know anything about the precious metals market, you'll understand why even 2K is still very conservative, and that is why I'm basically referencing that in short term. Once everything happens, guys, people are going to be looking for safe havens. Even Blockchain Backer, great YouTube channel, guys. Definitely subscribe. He had a great point today that I actually watched a video this morning, and he was just saying, with this whole, disease, I don't want to say the word to get my channel banned because I already have one video taken down. But basically, that's going to, have a lot of kids. If schools are closed, some parents will have to stay home. People are going to be staying home. Income, is going to be dependent. The Dow, all these indices are going down. There's going to be a lot of FUD. Eventually, people are going to be looking for safe havens in suppressed assets, precious metals, and cryptocurrencies. Markets that have been in bear markets and in a downtrend for a long time and are very likely due to turn around, especially with the fundamentals behind both precious metals, of course, and cryptocurrencies. Absolutely. So keep this in mind, guys. We're absolutely going to see crude oil in the 30s. As of making, this video, we're at $42 for crude oil. Now, it might go back up to 48 or whatever, and then what happens? These stocks will follow it. So the Dow Jones will go up with it. But when it goes down, you best believe that it goes down. So at time of recording, crude is at $42, and the Dow Jones is down almost 600 points on the day at about 25.5. So keep that in mind. We'll see how we finish up. Just wanted to get that information out there. So whether it goes up or down, sure, stocks can rise temporarily and they can go back up to 29K in the Dow Jones. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about overall. The year 2020 is going to be significant. We know all the QE that is still occurring. It is unsustainable. So what does this have to do with XRP? Well, let's get into some XRP news and speculation. So first things first, XRP_Crow. So this is status. Just here's a quote from, again, the CEO of Send Friend, and they're operating out of New Jersey, I believe. I believe they only have a Filipino corridor lit right now. But anyways, David Lighton, CEO, quote right here says, companies like Western Union, one of the number one, MSBs in the world, can charge up to 10% to service a payment. We can get it done for 2% by leveraging RippleNet's on-demand liquidity. So they can basically save 8% right there by utilizing XRP for everyday people. All right. Huge benefits. Of course, this is, good to incentivize their competitors to lower their rates and help everyday people and create this level playing field. Sending value is easy as information today, removing the friction. Again, financial lubricant. So Cryptopolis here breaking. Today, every US T-bill and note closed below 1%, guys. Only the 20-year and the 30-year bonds are above 1%. And in his opinion, with 30 to 40 plus years in the financial markets, this is a historic moment. And I would tend to agree, guys. I've been really looking into the yield curves. I've been really looking into, the overall, treasury bonds, really getting a better understanding of everything as well. Spent a lot of time doing so last night. Just watch the yield curve. Obviously, it's one of the biggest indicators for the market. When it's flattening, people are saying recession incoming. I think we've kind of been in a recession, but we're just getting started. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as everyone says, but what I'm looking forward to is things getting corrected and basically people looking for safe havens in the assets that we are invested in because we were here first. All right, next up, Mark Phillips showing this. So institutional money on the XRP rich list. Guys, they are moving into XRP on a daily basis. All of the people with smaller bags, they're selling, and or just flatlining and hopefully holding. But on the lower bags, the top 10% holders, they're selling. They're in and out. They don't understand the technology. They're not here as long-term holders. They're simply here to, moon and try to make money overnight with, unrealistic expectations. when in fact anything's possible. But look, as we can see here in the top 0.01% of accounts with balances around closer to 20 million XRP. They're accumulating. Now, you have to understand, these are not individuals. These are institutions. These are money service businesses. These are financial institutions. These are, banks, ideally. People that are RippleNet customers, even in the world of trade finance. Maybe R3 is accumulating. Maybe Spring with their dev team. There's so much going on behind the scenes. And these are the macro trends you need to look at. Or I should say micro, because we're really kind of just getting granular. All right? So you have to pay attention to this and then look long term. Realistically, XRP has been in a bear market for the past few years. The people that are still buying, the people that are, putting some money into their Roth IRA, those are the people that are going to be walking out with the most money, guaranteed. You buy when there's blood in the streets, and when there's more blood, you keep buying. If your financial situation allows you to do so, of course. And this is not financial advice. This is one man's opinion, but I really, really try to listen to a lot of role models here, and I see what is coming. Next, so again, X_Anderson. I like this tweet, just, opinion based, but I just wanted to share it. Why so few people find XRP? Well, the mainstream media thinks all crypto is a scam. All right, exactly. So don't listen to media. 90% of it's owned. You know. Next, same with mainstream finance people. The financial people think they're so smart, just sticking with, the S&P 500. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but, there's a thing called diversification. And when there's an emerging asset class and a greatest transfer of wealth upon us again, which is potentially going to be bigger than, 5 lifetimes, I would keep my eyes open. Next, the average person in cryptocurrency thinks XRP is a centralized scam. That is true. They only touch Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin had the highest return on investment. They don't realize that you have to catch the next Ethereum, what Ethereum did. And ideally, it's XRP's turn. And of course, there will be other altcoins. And I'm sure many of you are invested and diversified into some other great promising projects that I really hope do well for you. But you have to look at what's a scam and what's legitimate, what is the fundamentals, a mixture of, TA and backing. There's just so much that goes into an investment. And that's the difference between gambling, because with investing, we can, basically compute a bunch of data and have more knowledge, and it makes it significantly less risky and puts the odds in our favor. And so remember the movie Big Short, guys. Must see movie. It honestly gives me goosebumps to see something like this, potentially occurring again. And the quote is, "I'm right and everyone else is wrong. The life of an XRP holder." So guys, those who are holding strong, respect. I know I'm earning it. I know you guys are earning it. I know I've had very long-time viewers of this channel. It is simply a matter of time. Keep your eye on the prize. Our job, you can say it's really hard watching your portfolio go down, $500 or 50 grand. I don't know how much you own, but I'm just saying, set it and forget it. You can make it hard if you want to work it up in your mind, but at the end of the day, it's simply just holding. You're purchasing something on a screen and forgetting about it. So it can be as hard and easy as you want it to be. Next up, XRParcade.com. So this was just an unannounced Ripple partner, TerraPay, and they were acquired recently. This was published on March 5th, 2020. So Dutch startup TerraPay, which is making it easier and cheaper to send and receive money to and from emerging countries, so tackling the unbanked regions in particular, announced today that a consortium of investors, including Prime Ventures, Partech Africa, and management, acquired the company for an undisclosed sum. In addition, the same investors, joined by IFC, invested $9.6 million in TerraPay to fund the company's expansion. Here's the press release. Since its inception, the TerraPay founders focused on developing a robust, scalable, and agile tech platform and compliance in the acquisition of payment intermediary and money transfer licenses. TerraPay has built partnerships with global money transfer companies including Western Union, Visa, Express, Money Trans, Paga, Ria, Instant Cash, Ripple, and MoneyGram. All right, and you guys can read a little bit, where they're at. Again, has acquired more than 25 licenses to operate in over 60 countries in Africa, Asia, and Europe, and is, of course, expanding globally. This is where the growth is, guys. Cross-border payments. Again, the Internet of Value is upon us. This has to do with XRP 100%. This literally influences the ecosystem. These are partnerships of partnerships. Highly recommend you check this out. Next, just a little fun fact. So we got Mbiagi sharing this. So again, BitGo, they are essentially just launching institutional digital asset lending services to its institutional clients. Remember, guys, there's multiple steps here. We need regulation, we need security, and then, of course, with that comes custody. Once everyone is able to custody and hold and secure these assets and the regulation is here, it's game time. The doors are going to be broken down. Institutions are coming. I know in 2017, 2018, 2019, the same narrative was said. We got to wait for whales to come in, the institutional money, the institutional money. Well, I guess we kind of forgot about what regulations were and what custody was and, true security and insurance to hold your holdings and ensure they're, protected. This is happening in front of our eyes. All right, and again, just BitGo. I know you're pretty familiar with that relatively, at least if you've been in the space or at least have seen the name. So just more institutional lending. All right, next up, blockchain backer. So this is pretty cool. So the water aisle at his local Walmart got hit hard with FOMO, fear of missing out. And he just said, just imagine when they try to panic find new investments as well. That hit me. That's a powerful picture right there. Just wanted to share that. All right, because again, remember, these suppressed assets, precious metals. Silver is the most undervalued precious metal in my opinion. Of course, some people say palladium, gold, etc. It's just my opinion. Palladium, however you want to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But guys, they're going to be rushing. And of course, Coinbase, Binance, the ones that have the most listings, the ones that are going to be staked. In particular, I'm watching Atom, the Cosmos platform. Atom was just announced for Coinbase custody now. So the institutions can, custody Atom. Next up, just like Tezos, I bet that we'd probably see some staking announcement in the next 2 months for Atom in particular. So let's just see what happens. There's a similar pattern that we're seeing throughout this landscape the longer you've been here. And that's just another prediction per se, or just something that wouldn't surprise me. All right, so staking will be good, but keep in mind you can stake yourself and get a higher percentage, whereas Coinbase is staking Tezos for you if you're holding XTZ. Yeah, you can get like 5.3%, even though annually. But if you hold it yourself, you might be able to get 7%. So they're kind of skimming a little off the top. Next up, so the XRP stalker sharing this. So this is great, but my question is, what kind of volume is needed for utility to truly take over price and actually be the primary driver? So, what kind of volume, what kind of money do we need moving over and through XRP for true utility, actual utility, not just speculation from you and me, to take over price and drive the price upward? And of course, we're looking at the liquidity indexes here, just shared, XRP volume between the XRP Australian dollar pair, Philippine peso, etc. And Galgatron just came in with the answer that I always want to say is we'll only have that answer when it actually happens. You can do as much math as you want. I know a lot of people have done great math as well. Susie from Esoteric Trading, Michael Zischek, a lot of people break it down and they show why XRP, and keep in mind, these are not just random people. Susie, has been in the financial markets for a very long time. Very, very reputable. I personally trust her. Her math checks out, and I can assure you that it's not confirmation bias on my end. And she wholeheartedly believes in a 3-digit XRP, well over $100 when utility kicks in. All right, but that is also dependent upon regulations. So again, we're only going to have that answer when it happens, because we do not know the supply that will truly be in circulation, because there's so many variables, and banks and FIs and corporates, including us, will be incentivized to custody and hold the asset because we see it appreciating. So there's going to be a huge multiplier effect along with that. Everyone says 100 billion XRP for their total supply is way too much. Not at all. You're just not familiar with, what the actual problem they're tackling. It goes beyond cross-border payments. All right. You have to understand, XRP is literally designed from the get-go to be a bridge asset designed to move all the value, not just all the money. I'm talking about tokenized real estate, equities, everything like STOs. This goes so much more beyond just cross-border payments. That's what I want to emphasize. This is easily in the trillions, if not, if you're really talking about DeFi, which we'll get into in a minute. And if we're lucky and we capture, percentages of that market, no doubt trillions. If not, you could arguably say, quadrillion. And I know that sounds just like a made up number because it's so high, the human brain can't even conceive it. But this is exactly what's happening. You have to understand, of course, as I say in every video, guys, we know 5G is giving us more throughput. We have, more concerns with the quantum. We have VR, AR, of course, so many benefits in the accounting world, or medical records, property, Everything, absolutely everything can and is run, or can and most likely will be designed to run on distributed ledger technology in some manner. All right. And this is, I mean, we might be a little earlier than we think, but I'm telling you, zero doubt with XRP, it is the most institutionally backed thing in the world. It will absolutely surpass, all-time highs. The question is when. And I'm really hoping that we get a great surprise this year, especially for everybody that's been patient. All right, so right here, XR Plumbers. So this is again from the Bank of International Settlements, just the speech on future of digital currency and settlement systems. So just a few screenshots I wanted to go over. So to support economic activities, it is essential to have a payment instrument or payment instruments that are safe, reliable, and cheap and universal to everyone. So again, comes with that the same similar standards, interoperability, security, scalability, things of that nature. All right, and they're just talking about central bank digital currencies as always. Right here, what roles in CBDC, central bank digital currencies, expected to play in these cases? Well, CBDCs can help remove barriers of P2P payments and significantly improve the interoperability between different types of private digital money. All right, and remember with IOP, not only different types of, value in digital money with atomic swap technology, but also connecting networks, mobile networks with, Fedwire, things of that nature. All right. Now, CBDCs can contribute to improving the efficiency of payments by interlinking various types of private digital money. In fact, there seems to be high expectations for CBDCs in this respect. And then right here, reduction of cash handling cost, but also on addressing the risks of counterfeiting, as well as preventing money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism, AML, CFT, KYC concerns, you name it. Happening right before our eyes, guys. The regulations are coming in faster than before, just like that video I shared of I don't think it was Mark Carney, it was Steve Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, and he was talking regulations are really going to start kicking in, and this is a great sign for us. We're in a great position. The markets are changing quickly. Let me just check the Dow price to see if there's any fluctuation. All right, so we went up a tad. We're just going to keep, we're going to go up, trend sideways until we don't. Words of wisdom. All right, next up, guys, this is Stuart XRP sharing this. This is opinion-based, but this goes hand in hand with David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, talking about the whole stablecoin, pegged value on the XRP ledger. And this could potentially be massive. Now, this is just a whole nother use case. We weren't talking about that with speculation for 3 digits. This is a whole nother monster. If this occurs, even, a fraction of it, yes, XRP demand will go through the roof, but just follow me here. And keep in mind, this video right here is XRP Ledger stablecoin proposal by David Schwartz. It looks like a mad scientist, multimillionaire, of course, but look at his closet. It's kind of comical. But again, watch this video before you ask questions about the stablecoin and the whole tokenomics behind it. Please watch this video. Highly recommended. All right. All right. So right here, XRP backed central bank digital currencies, stablecoins, will go through XRP in no time with the current value. Example. So a USD, US dollar central bank digital currency stablecoin on the XRP ledger. So say 5 billion US dollars central bank digital currencies are locked up, $7.5 billion are set aside as collateral via XRP. So it takes that much as collateral for XRP to run on the XRP ledger. So today XRP's market cap is, almost 24 billion, 23.9 bill. That's 31% total XRP supply gone, taken as collateral for one central bank digital currency to run on top of it. That's it. Right there, 31% total XRP supply gone. XRP demand will go through the roof. And I know a lot of people say the burn rate will contribute to price appreciation. I particularly don't think so. I just think that's, to protect the network overall. But I just thought this was an interesting concept to, entertain. And I mean, if it happens, I won't be surprised. But you can't bank on something like this. I'm invested into XRP solely for what Ripple's doing. Caught my attention with cross-border payments. I already know that's going to do great. But if these other factors come in and they are beasts of, bridging CBDCs or, decentralized finance and DeFi, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so excited. And that's why I'm holding a portion for life, always. Because you don't know how high this could really go. And right when everyone sells and you think it's at all-time highs, it might, stabilize for a bit and then really moon. There might be multiple moons, and that's something you have to really entertain too. I mean, I'd imagine there's very few people actually holding, Amazon stock since the beginning. Next up, XRP collateralized stablecoins, part Ripple strategy. So right here, in this video, I can't show it for copyright purposes, but this gentleman, again, is just talking about the DeFi, decentralized finance landscape, and then of course showing the XRPL stablecoin proposal that David Schwartz made to address a lot of concerns and questions and what they're talking about. And it's really, really exciting. I know this was late last year, several months ago, but it's kind of coming into fruition in weird ways. So it's really interesting to see, especially with all this CBDC talk. Something's up for sure. The central bank digital currencies, the global central banks act like they haven't been entertaining this technology, yet we find out that they've been kind of building things and working on platforms since 2016, before, this whole Bitcoin appreciation to 20K. There's just things going on behind the scenes, guys. You can call me crazy with the tinfoil hat, but if you simply just kind of look back at everything, you're definitely going to realize there's more to this than than meets the eye. So right here, Ripple asks us, hey, we all have these MSBs, money service businesses, and they're sending money with XRP using our platform called XRapid, but they don't, I'm sorry, this font is really weird and I'm far away from the screen, but they don't want to have the currency of XRP. Could you guys actually build us a stablecoin? And there's different benefits to this. Essentially, just watch this 20-minute video, but I'll just kind of go through a brief article shared by Vel5 Links here. So Ripple reveals the effort to launch new crypto assets on the XRP ledger. So right here on Daily HODL. So as we know, we're working on that feature to allow people to easily launch asset-backed cryptocurrencies that run on the XRP ledger. Another use case, don't even get me started on the whole decentralized exchange on the XRP ledger. There's just things that other projects aren't even aware of. Like, the Bitcoiners don't even comprehend what the XRP ledger truly entails, and you can read all about this at xrpl.org. So David Schwartz says the development would differ from other systems that currently offer similar features. One of the features that I think is very exciting is a feature that would allow people to launch essentially assets pegged to some external value. So now it doesn't have to be pegged to XRP. Keep that in mind. But obviously, if it's running on the XRPL, they want to pick, the most liquid asset and most available asset. So features similar to that exist on other systems. But the interesting thing about this is that the liquidity is guaranteed by the ledger mechanics. Although the crypto assets could be used for a variety of purposes, Schwartz says stablecoins are an obvious use case for the new feature. The key distinguishing property of this proposal is that the stablecoin is always redeemable for XRP on the ledger from the collateral pool. Now, that's actually an option on other platforms. They might not allow it to be redeemable. That's just a side note. So right here, for example, if you hold 1 unit of a US dollar stablecoin, you can make on-ledger payments at any time, just as if you held $1 worth of XRP. Guys, this is just instant guaranteed liquidity right on the ledger. So Ripple has offered a handful of hints on new ways that companies could build on top of the XRP ledger, but in particular, of course, we have Spring working on that as well. So we got Schwartz first discussed the prospect of XRP collateralized stablecoins in October of 2019. Then in September, Ripple acquired the Logos Network, a decentralized payments startup. Oh, maybe it was 2018. Time's flying. Let me see this. Yeah, 2019. All right, and then right here, then Ripple, this is the huge group, and this is what you have to pay attention to, these little acquisitions. Logos, this Logos Network, a decentralized payment startup expected to help Ripple create DeFi platforms, decentralized finance platforms on top of the XRP ledger, guys. A full team of full-time engineers. So as part of Spring, the Logos team will be leading an ongoing initiative to explore DeFi systems that will leverage XRP at its core. Remember, Spring is the initiative to really just grow the XRP ecosystem. $500 million to grow this ecosystem. I would say they have the funds, the arsenal, the team, the backing to tackle this problem better than anyone else in digital finance, as well as other ideas we're exploring to leverage crypto to transform payments and finance. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with Equity Zen, but with the Ripple IPO in the coming years, they're already taking amounts of money, whether it's, minimum of like 25K or 100K investments. So if anyone has the capital to do so, just wanted to relay that. That is Equity Zen. So the Logos team will bring even more horsepower to what the XRP team can deliver. Ripple is proposing a number of other ways to improve the XRP ledger's consensus protocol as well. Always improving, guys, always going. And that's what I like. Something that's a flexible technology. You can't just set it and be like, oh, no more changing. This is very versatile. The most highly publicized feature would allow the XRP ledger accounts to be removed from the ledger. That's interesting. So guys, really, really interesting there. I am going to call it a day with this video because I feel like it's a bit dragged out. But as always, I appreciate everybody that likes and shares this video around. Hopefully you learned something new. The biggest things I want to go over, again, just to refresh you, oil definitely going in the 30s. When it goes to the 30s, you best believe that the stock indices will go lower. People will be scared. They will be looking for safe havens. My prediction is gold to $2,000 in 2020. Now, keep in mind, silver should at least go up, but usually when silver moves, it's a lot more volatile. So when gold goes down, it moves a lot more lower. But then when gold goes up, hopefully you see higher returns in silver. There could be a lag behind this as well. Next, precious metals, of course, suppressed assets, cryptocurrencies going up. Bet on the assets that have institutional backing. In particular, a good amount of the projects in the, top 20, if they're on Coinbase, they're somewhat legitimate. All right. And then do your own research from there. All right. Next up, keep in mind the savings, unannounced partners, partners of partners, and just keep your eye on the prize. Watch that movie, The Big Short. And if you haven't already, watch the XRP Ledger stablecoin proposal. And just keep an eye on all these Bank of an International Settlement documents. Keep an eye on Mark Carney, keep an eye on Steve Mnuchin, keep an eye on Christine Lagarde, keep an eye on Kristalina Georgieva, the IMF director. All of these people are putting out hints, if you want to pay attention to the president, you name it. You have to kind of read between the lines and see what is happening. Right now, we're just hovering around 24 cents. I don't know if Bitcoin will go back to 8,800 and then it'll take XRP down a little bit with it. For now, we are pegged. We have not decoupled yet. We are going to decouple quickly, in my opinion. So with that, guys, I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Thanks.